Good evening, everybody. Buenos noches. Bienvenido, benvenido or benvenida to everybody out there. This is Chef Billy bringing you week number 4 of South American FACEIT League Masters Division. And tonight we've got a pretty good matchup for you tonight. It's going to be Warfist going up against Pumas. And looking at the squads, there's a lot of familiar faces here from the South American Overwatch tournament just recently, where we had the nations playing against each other. Where Brazil came out in 7 maps against a very, very game Peru squad. Or Chile squad. So we're looking right now. Team Chile basically versus a lot of members from the Brazil team. Ludwig, Svenko, Batsanella, Dalka, and Niall. Were your players here for Warfist, and then for Pumas, Effects, Pop Lots, their manager, coming into play as well. Crow, Nyan, and Lamont. Looks like they are showing up today. We also got Kajan in here, who says that he was not privy to a team being named after him up in Expert Division in NA. There's a bit of a funniness going on there. So looks like we've got picks coming in right now, but we want to take a look and see where we're at with these two teams. And I tell you what, like, we've had a lot going on here. We had a really big game last week where Warfist was proven to bleed. They were actually taken to a map 5, and they just eked it out. I mean, map 5 was pretty dominant from Warfist, but man, it was back and forth action last week, and we had a good time of it. So I hope everybody enjoyed it last week. Now, the rest of the league may be thinking, well, maybe they can bleed. Maybe they can be taken down. And that's something we're going to be looking at this week, is how does Warfist kind of bounce back from what could be considered an off week? Was it a fluke, or was it the real deal where the rest of the league, where the rest of the competitors are starting to move that barometer up closer to the top of the league? Maybe we're starting to, maybe blur the lines of the tier breaks that we have here in the Masters Division in South America. So we're looking at that. I can tell you right now, the teams, they're ready to go. They've already got their bans done. They've already got their heroes out. We've got the map, and it's going to be Ilios as we start us out here in week number 4. Pumas will be in blue. Warfist will be in red. And it looks like Kajan will be coming in, so I don't see Crow in here this week, and that's going to be a big, big loss for the members of Pumas, as Crow has shown that, when they played in this last big international tournament, there was a lot of talk about Crow maybe being the MVP of the entire tournament just based on how they played. So this has been a really good time for them. I hope that they'll get in here eventually. Maybe Kajan is maybe trialing. Maybe they're going with a different look here on a control map. Kajan, of course, coming from North America. So we will see how this is going to go down. And we're going to see what these players are going to give themselves as far as compositions going into this. And of course, it's not South American contender or FACEIT Overwatch if we don't have a pause right away. Yeah, it's not possible, William says, that we get a pause right away. So, yeah, there's a lot going on here that we need to look at for these two teams. And, I mean, as we stand, with them going on, they've got a lot to work through here. So, I'm looking for what Warfist bounces back. I want to see what Pumas can bring out here, honestly, because, they should be emboldened by the results that they had during the big international tournament for South America. That was a damn good competition. It was damn good, and it was good team play. They really did show what they can bring here. So we're gonna bring there must be something here.
Oh, South America, it's not South America match. Se not have paused match.
Yep. Oh, William, I love you. And it's the manager too that just bit the bullet there and bounced out of the lobby. Poor Poplots might be having a little bit of a connection issue. But we will see if they can get themselves back into the lobby here very shortly. But I mean, it was like that in Contenders. It was like that in Contenders Trials. It ever seemed like we didn't have at least one match of the day for match days that somebody had a connection issue. So we're going to see now as we have the pause timer unpausing here, if they're going to be able to get back in. And yep, it looks like Poplots did get back in here. So we're starting here on Ruins. And well, Poplots got that in by the skin of her teeth. We're going to see if we can get, if they're not stressed out over this. We'll see if there's no stress here. As we're looking at what they bring to this to the game here, but serious guy, this is going to be a problem. We know that the Doomfist is really, really good for the serious guy, so I want to see how they deal with this. And Lokiju is going to be locking in, perhaps. The Mercy here, I would be very, very weary of that staying true, but we'll see if you're going to damage with Svanko coming out, but Niall will be the major source of healing. Look at you, that's a better look. Susan to clear any kind of negative effects, especially if Nian's going to stick with this Sombra. That'll take that manual hack right off the bat. Svanko looking for something at the gate. Kajan taking a dome shot there from Svanko. But it's decides they're going to go ahead and play the corner here. See if they can pressure out this Widowmaker of Svanko. And it's going to be up to Nyan to get off onto him. There it is. Killed right away. Well, they're answered back by 2 on the other guy. Serious guy. That's 3. And Kajan is going to be in serious problems here. And well, Lamont is gone too, so Ludwig is starting to light things up once again. And with the help of that, that's going to go ahead and clear the first point. I mean, they went after the Widowmaker. That was almost a bait and switch here, as the serious guy got the work done alongside of Ludwig. Good pick there. Not able to escape because of the manual hack. And the speed was just a little bit too much for them to get out there, so this could be flipping of the point here. Niall's going to be very careful, and there's the flip as they speak about that. Svanko, though, dotting EFX's eyes, and they're gone. Ludwig's gone because of the hack and the virus, and the trades are coming back and forth. They still have not flipped this point yet, and it's going to have to come down to Serious Guy getting hurt enough that they can take care of the threat. Serious Guy forcing Lamont out of their recall. Well, they just decided that's the better part of Valor. And when they got that first pick, I thought that they'd be able to press, but there was just too many toes to be able to touch onto the line. So, Pulse Bomb available to Lamont here. Got to find something good here. You got to be looking for Niall. You got to be looking for Svanko or Lokiju. I don't know. I don't know where exactly you go with this because Suzu is too damn strong against Pulse Bomb. And there's Pulse Bomb out. The Poplots. Poor Poplots has not really been able to play this game so far. And Lokiju on the back of that, you know, it says, I know that you're coming in with the Pulse Bomb. I don't care about that. I'm just going to kill you outright. 78% counting here. You got 3 ultimates in line. And, well, they need to get something done here. Going to start with the Considerants. Answered out. Lokiju's gone. Pulse Bomb out. Doesn't find any joy. Svanko's going to have to really be careful here. And that's the Orbital Ray coming out. Doesn't really find anything except for Svanko. Even with the Orbital Ray going on, they're still gone. Serious Guy should be gone here in just a second. That'll do it right there. The flip will come through, but it costs them 4 ultimates. Sorry, 3. Now, the good thing is that you get out the Orbital Ray from Niall and the Kitsune Rush, so, you know, both teams are playing at a little bit of a disadvantage here, but Poplots is going to have this sound barrier, and now they can push forward. This is where the Sombra's really going to get a lot of value. And even though Niall does take Nyan down, they're still up 1. Got to see if they can pick out the Tracer. Blinks are available there. Good job being a little bit maybe too aggressive. Got to be careful to get out with their lives. Pulse Bomb coming up for Ludwig here. Not too far behind. Well, Pop Lots is once again just said, go back to spawn. That means Sound Barrier is going to be off the table. And Svenko has found the range with the sniper rifle. So now you got to watch front to back here. And EFX has nowhere to go. They're just going to close down on Kajan here and really take care of it. The pulse bomb's out. Ludwig cleans it up. That'll be the flip at 99%. It's going to come down to Pop Lots getting a touch and seeing if they can get anything done, but that's not going to be the case. I say that as Lamont gets there, they actually get the value of the Sound Barrier. The pulse bomb's ready to go. Can you find anything on the back of it? You cannot, because Logan Judah says you're gone. Nyan answering the Svenko. Widowmaker gets one kill. Kajan's not looking too good for wear. And this should just about be it. That'll do it right there. So, once again, we've ran into this problem before, week after week, where we've seen Warfist come out with Serious Guy on the Doomfist. They didn't play him last week. They did not have Serious Guy in the lineup last week, and it really showed. Nobody has an answer for the Doomfist. I don't know if you pump more damage into him, if you try to trap him out, if you try to use some deployables. Some CC. Something other than what we just saw is required here to take down Serious Guy, because Serious Guy is just an absolute menace on the Doomfist. And I've talked about it a couple weeks now that we've had Warfist on the broadcast. Ludwig is probably one of the best tracers in South America. They're going to show their own Sombra here. So now, you know, with these mobile characters, if they happen to try and dare the well, and they get manually hacked out, they might be in a world of hurt. The big problem for these teams is that they're trying to focus down the Doomfist, and they're not worried about the support behind, but Nyan and Kajan are getting it done, and they actually take first capture. Everybody antied up here for Niall. And Serious Guy gets massive value on the back, but that's two down. Niall's gone. Kajan's taking out both the supports. This is actually a good... Well, I was talking about it being a good hold here, but it's really not. As now Kajan's going to go down in the back. 20%? Nah, yeah, we'll get it because of the last second touch here coming in from Lamont. And you get 25%. But you feed over about another 10% of ult charge to Serious Guy. And now it's going to come up to what can Kajan and company get done. Niall decides that the Ana isn't the choice and goes over to the Juno. Pulsar Torpedoes really does smack EFX around there. EFX is going to be very careful as to where they go. And so is the Monkey.
Step Rider.
Deadeye coming up from Nyan gets absolutely bamboozled out of it, but the grenade is there, and they find it, and the pulse bomb from Ludwig once again is absolutely chef's kiss perfect. And now you're looking for somebody in the back here. You're going to see if you can get, well, anything out of this. Svenko's not scared of anything, but Nyan is also not scared. And they get it done. They flip it to 43%, and now they've got 4 ultimates online. This is actually going to be a pretty emphatic hold here. This is going to tell whether or not the teams have learned how to play against this Doomfist composition or not. Svenko 10% away from the EMP. That could slow everything down. Oh, the grenade takes Ludwig out. Everybody was antied up. EFX is gone out of this fight. Poplots is going to pop the rally to save themselves. Going to play up against Serious Guy here. Might have an issue here. We're not sure. Does he find anything in the back? Kajan's there to help the friend. Be there for your teammate, buddy. Good leap away from Kajan, and now they're going to pop the private. They're going for something serious here. Maybe not the Serious Guy. EFX, heal or heal thyself and take care of your job. Don't have to worry about that EMP in this next fight. Kajan looking for the healing, got the bubble there. Kitsune Rush on top of that bubble. Oh my god, the blink out was too good, but the Deadeye on the back of it. No joy there. Gets punched out of their Deadeye once again. Looks like they're going to take the 91% and get the hell out of Dodge. I say that as Poplots and Nyan both get caught out. And now the ultimate economy has completely traded. But looking at both DPS ults and the orbital ray, Nyan decides to go back to the Cassidy here. I think Nyan has really had some good value with the Cowboy. But now it's about trying to bait out the EMP. Trying to present a juicy target here to Svanko. They try to get everybody on the top line here, and I mean, Kajan gets out of there somehow. And on a couple health, wow. Nyan fights Svanko. That's a huge pick. Now it's going to be up to whether or not they can get anything done. Ludwig with a big pulse bomb and the follow-up behind it. The orbital ray comes out. That'll pretty much seal this. Especially with Poplots going dead. Kajan swapping over to the ball just to try and get some stall tactics. But up against a Sombra, that's not going to be a good time for you at all. As the wick burns out, 191, that's a 2-0 win here on Ilios for Warfist.
That party was boring.
I don't think that's what they had in mind when they started out here. Nyan, once they went over to the Cassidy, really did give a lot of room for pause to this team. Good mechanics there. Absolutely stellar. Good tracking as well. Good lord. If I had a half of that aim, I'd be out of plat. Oh boy. But as we take a look at what went down there and how that happened, I mean, you're looking at, Ludwig with 7,800 damage. Svanko with 6.1k. I mean, Serious Guy was really doing the Lord's work there and getting it at 9.6k damage. Only died 3 times. Niall as well. On the other side, Poplots and Effects, I mean, Warfist was just hunting the back line. If you look at their deaths, I mean, it's just incredible what goes on there. Healing, I mean, that's more in favor of Warfist once again. They're about 2,000 ahead of Pumas's healers across the board. Kajan was getting a lot of work done, but when the back line is under such duress, you got to turn your head, provide a little peel. I didn't see it happen often enough. So, we'll be waiting to see where these teams take us next. Looks like Warfist is voting right now for their hero ban. There's a personal hero ban coming through, and I bet you all can guess what it is. Dalka was the tank last week. Damn good Zarya, damn good Diva. This week they feel like they don't need that. But it will be available if they need it, right? So we want to see what can be brought to bear here against a Serious Guy as we're waiting for the notification to come through that they have joined the match. We'll see. Bienvenidos a todos. Bienvenida a todos. We will see what everybody has going on here. I'm really interested to see what they have up their sleeves as far as the map pick and as far as what bans they've got. They're finalizing their lineups, and it looks like, based upon the bans, they brought Dalka in. I can tell you right now, the Doomfist was the ban out from Pumas, and Warfist decides to ban out Baptiste. So, I'm looking at, Diva Zarya here from Dalka. Really had a good time this past weekend watching the Centroamericana. LCS and company were doing pretty damn well. I fell asleep just because it was Sunday. And I got to be at work really early on Monday morning, so I fell asleep. But LCS and company were winning. I hope to be bringing you some interviews of the South American players so that everybody gets a chance to know these incredible players here from South and Central America. Let's see if I can do this in Spanish. Yo espero la entrevista para los jugadores de Sur y Centroamérica por sus, for your entretenimiento. There we go. For your entertainment.
5, 4, 3.
There are some words I still don't know, but I speak pretty good Spanish, I think. But we'll see what Curvasa here lies in wait. Kajan's going to show us the hazard. That's actually a damn good pickup against this Diva. I don't know if they're going to be expecting it. Svenko back onto... Yeah, back onto the Freya. The Svenko Freya is absolutely frightening. And with the Tracer in the field as well, you get that aim down shot and then follow it up with the Tracer. It's absolutely lethal. But if you can take down Ludwig or Svenko in this early fight, I think you look at something good. The manual hack there on the Nile, not going to be able to use anything, and Ludwig is gone because the healing wouldn't be there. But Kajan is down, Dalka and Brigitte in there to get some stuff done. Lokju is absolutely rocking on this Diva and Brig composition, and they just weren't ready for that. Gong of Death bangs out. And that's an early fight win there for the members of Warfist. Aggressive positioning here. Looking for something right out the gate. Lochu is actually leading the lobby right now. Almost has their rally online. Good Jagged Wall trying to prevent the team from getting any healing into that. Diva, but man, Svenko is an absolute murder assassin with this Freya. Using the updraft perfectly to get out of LOS of Lamont and of Nyan. Lochu has their rally online. Svenko has the bola shot ready to go. I think Nyan's focus should be onto this Freya at the moment. Or, everybody collapsing onto a manually hacked Diva. Gonna have to get a touch here. There's the bola shot. Actually lives through it. There's the D-back for the self-destruction's there to get the cells back in. Nyan is gone because Svenko is just a crack shot. Pulse bomb out. Kajan's trying to hold on for dear life. The sound barrier's out and the Kitsune rush. That should buy them this fight. They get the D-back onto the Diva. Now it's worried about Svenko being destroyed. Dalka's doing too much work. There's the manual hack coming through. Not getting anything on the back of it. Dalka and Pilot Diva form is getting it done. Svenko also. They step off the point. Oh no. And you invested 3 ultimates into that fight and you lose it on a C9. Hello, Marcelos. Hope you're doing well, my friend. You invest in self-destruct just to remake and give yourself a better shot at this fight. Now you're looking at Deadeye. How does Lamont deal with this? And then you're looking for anything to get done here. Kajan is under so much duress right now. I haven't heard the fire yet. Just uses it to reload, looking to get Dalka out of mech. They do that. This bola shot is out. What a Suzu, though. Coming through from EFX. Nyan is finding some joy here on the Tracer. Headshots, getting it done. And that's going to be a fight win and flashpoint here over to the members of Pumas. Bueno, ganar de Chile. So now you're looking at a Terra Surge and a Pulse Bomb coming up here for Nyan. Lochu has not actually invested this rally. They've actually been very patient with it, waiting for the right time. They probably don't know that Kajan already has a Terra Surge. They got a lot of work done here on this Orisa. Trying to swing all the way around. They get the Terra Surge out. There's the rally out. Now they're looking for something on the back of it. Dalka's trapped in this little small room. The healing is kind of there. They're trying to keep the poor Orisa up. They do it, and now they're turning on the back. They wait out the rally, and they go ahead and invest both support ultimates at the same time again. And the Wizard of the Fight is probably going to win them this flashpoint as well. So they're finding value with combo ults. 93% and counting here. They're looking for any stragglers to try and come through. They tie it up here in Suravasa. As we head to Palace, self-destruct ready to go. Deadeye is almost online again, and Nyan almost has another pulse swap. After the swap off of the swap off the Sombra, we're looking to see, you know, what Nyan can get done. Well, they've got a lot done. They're giving Svenko a lot of room for pause. That aim down shot though from Svenko is doing so much work. Just that little AoE damage that comes in after the explodes is giving everybody a big amount of work. Quick Deadeye. Just get some damage in. You're looking at a Pulse Bomb coming out, doesn't find anything on the back of it. Top Lots is gone. That's going to be control over to Warfist. They completely left Kajan to the Wolves. And well, everybody's going to get cleaned up on the back of that. Nyan was trying to be the thorn in the side and try to pull everybody's attention away. Just wasn't able to do it. So, unfortunately, Pumas are running into 4 ultimates here. And the way that Lochu's been playing with his Kiriko, they will probably get their Kitsune Rush in as well. Pulse Bomb came out from Ludwig, didn't find anything on the back of it. Early Kitsune Rush out of EFX, I like that. It takes Svenko down. They pick up 2. And now it's all about, you know, what can they really force out here. I think the Dalka loses the mech here. And then, you know, they'll be looking to not to put the self-destruct up, but save it for the next fight. So that'll be the flip at about 93%. Well, 92%. My timing's a little off with the hyper-fast countdown timer. Kajan, though, playing with fire. These supports are just as bloodthirsty as their DPS brethren. Deadeye out early, and there's a Terra Surge. Gets Svenko, and that's going to clean up this fight really fast and dirty. Dalka is in trouble. They're being pursued. They get the boot, or the spear off, and they're gone. So self-destruct still online. Watch for Lookju, maybe to invest this Kitsune Rush, if they feel like they can win this fight. Svenko still with Bola Shot, but there's a sound barrier just about online here from Poplots that could make all the difference. Dalka uses the speed ring to get through, and now it's about, they're looking for the Cowboy. They know how much work they're getting done with that. Ludwig is gone again. Listen for the new thing and not, there it is. Updraft used, and they get Poplots. Not what they needed to see there, but EFX with another Kitsune Rush. It's getting it done. Kajan trying to do their best impression of holding the point by themselves. I mean, this is just an all but done fight. They do get it to 99%, but that'll be Palace taken by Warfist. Now they're on game point. Oh, we're heading to Garden now, so spawn factors. I mean, the fact that we're just right here. I mean, we're going to be looking to see what the members of Pumas can do. If Nyan can be kind of thrifty here and get around the Dalka Diva, they might be able to find a Pulse Bomb in the back. They do find it. They find Svenko. What a good move there. And that should earn them first control of this flashpoint here in Garden. Nyan down from their counterpart, their mirror. But Poplots gets revenge for Nyan. That's actually a really good trade there. Now we're going to see what they can get done. The orbital ray comes out and Nile is gone. Dalka's going to lose the mech here. Eventually. I say that. John just says, you know what? You don't get to play anymore. There's the cleanup. That's exactly what they needed. And I mean, you get out the orbital ray. That's a big take there. I mean, I thought Nile played that just about as well as you could. But Poplot's actually knocking the Diva out of the orbital ray's effect. Gets them and it forces the swift step from Lochu. And in the end, they get the point. Dalkas decided they've had enough of this Diva battle. They had a really good rematch as well. Great Javelin Spear, though, from them. And we're going to see EFX bust out another Kitsune Rush. EFX is absolutely putting on a clinic here with the Kiriko. And they decide that the better part of Valor is just getting away from the effects of that Kitsune Rush. They've been burned a couple times on it. Watch for Svenko to try and take a good angle. Here he is with the updraft on the backside, looking to get it out. It's out. And the pulse bomb is perfect. The sound barrier is perfect. Lamont's not going to be able to lift it up, but neither is Svenka. Kitsune Rush over the point, trying to give as much value to Dalka as possible. Nemesis form is up. Kajan is in a world of hurt. And, well, that's going to flip it there at 99%. But, I mean, that's a pretty expensive couple of fights there. Annihilation will be online. EFX is already halfway to another Kitsune Rush. So it's basically going to be Annihilation versus the Terra Surge and Lamont. Just as, I mean, they've really started to turn their focus onto the Cassidy. They're looking for something on the back of this. They don't find it. Diane actually gone. And so is Kajan. They need to do a quick reset here. Because they're going to basically have one fight. And you've got Annihilation, another orbital ray, because Nile has built this up so damn fast. They've got to get it done here. Final fight territory. And Ludwig is looking for a pulse bomb to stem any kind of resistance. Pulse bomb out. Oh, the eat from Kajan is huge. Deadeye out. Kajan is gone. You get Nile, so that's a good source of healing gone. Man, Dalka and Ludwig are getting it done on the backside of that, and that's going to close this map out. But this was game. This was very game from Pumas. As once again, they're showing that Warface is not infallible.
Play of the game.
Spanko's just dirty on this Freya. What a good catch there in the back. And then the follow-up behind it. Just getting it done. I mean, I've said it before, but I mean, Freya is so damn broken right now. The updraft has got to be dealt with. The speed with which you can generate bola shot also needs to be tampered with as well. We'll take a look at round number 2 here. What the stats from Survasa are, and it looks like, yeah, Svenko almost 14k damage in 4 flashpoints. Dalka had 11.3k, so that's how much they were getting done. 27 eliminations for both Dalka and Svenko. Big job of healing there from Lochu. 5.6k and 4.7 for Nile. Big damage leader was Kajan for Pumas with 12.2k. Lamont with 11.8. The healing was there for Pop Lots and Effects as well. So, I mean, it's a pick here and there. You know, I'm looking at what Lokju is trying to do here. I mean, was dotting people's eyes with the kunais. So, I mean, there's a bit of a Juno diff there. Those pulsar torpedoes, you know, while they're great at healing, when you turn your eye to your opponent, it provides that little burst of damage in there that Ludwig and Svenko really did capitalize a lot on. So, as we take a look now, map number 3, it's going to be Colosseo. Orisa and Freya have been banned out. So, we will see how this is going to go. I got to be honest, I really like Kajan's versatility. I don't know if it's right up there with Crow's, but it's pretty close. Very impressed with this tank player. Looks like Serious Guy is back in. Dalka back onto the bench. So, I mean, the Doomfist has got to be coming into play here. We got to see a little bit more peel. And I saw, to be honest, Lamont was trying the best they could to get back and take care of Pop Lots and Nyan, but, I mean, Svenko and Ludwig, they've been backline hungry all evening long.
Hi.
I played the sickest concert here. Coliseum hasn't been that packed since Spartacus.
So, how do we deal with this now?
5,
What do we bring
2, 1.
up against this Doomfist composition that you know is coming in? Reminder, everybody, Warfist is still undefeated. Pumas is sitting on 3-1. So Kajan's going to try and bring this hazard into bear. I mean, Svenko has a damn good Sojourn, but Nyan, the hit scan is just too good. Got to protect Kajan here, though. Keep your tank up. Find that leap. Jagged Wall all out. The slash was good. But the healing rinse, again, is really, really good here. Lokju back onto the Brigida. It's going to provide a lot of backline protection for both Svenko and for Dial, but with Lokju gone, this might be the beginning of the end here for this fight. Good punch, though, from Serious Guy. That's the Tracer gone. Where's the rest of your team? Lamont in the back line, looking for something with the Pulse Bomb. Pulse Bomb out, doesn't find it, and, well, you're gone. John is back on the scene. But now you got a reset ability here from Serious Guy. Gonna get out of dodge. And then reappear and get the kill at EFX. Gajon is just in a world of hurt here. And there's the flip once again. Pulse Bomb and Orbital Raid ready to go. Rally not far behind. EFX is probably going to have to let out with this Kitsune Rush. Nyan can actually get a lot of work done with this. That's what you want to see. You want to use that. Good combination there. And they keep the lead, surprisingly. Downpour out. Yeah, and yep, Svenko does get caught in the end. And Ludwig is going to have to beat a hasty retreat. And I say that to John. Getting some work done here. Disruptor shot. Giving a little room for pause for EFX and Nyan. You want to see what you got here? I think 9 plays this at range. Sound barrier out for the overclock. They're closing in on the last point. Svenko is in the back line, looking for Nyan. And Poplot says, don't you hurt my soldier. But Lochu gets the better of the Lamont Tracer. And there's, well, it's not really flipped yet. The cleanup at Al 3, though, is completely done. And that should be the team kill. There's the gong of death. 6:35 on the clock. And now, you've got Ultimates here online. You've got Pulse Bomb ready to go for Lamont. You've got the Rally, which is really going to make Serious Guy almost unbeatable with how well he controls his cooldowns. Good pick there, though, from Nyan right out the gate. They're looking for the Serious Guy. Oh, my God. The Pulse Bomb is gone. So is Lochu, and so is Doomfist. Great work there. Nyan has come alive here with the legs. You love to see it. Now they're going to try and see if they can take this high ground. Serious Guy with a massive punch. Just dislodges everybody off staircase. Jagged Wall might actually be in trouble for Kajan here. They invest. The Kitsune rush, but the rally is going to be absolutely massive for the members of Warfist. But they get the orbital ray and the rally out at the same time. So now you're looking at Downpour and Attack Visor as we approach the halfway point here in Colosseo. Early Attack Visor comes through. You're looking for the backline here. They get the flip just on the basis of that cooldown by itself. And Serious Guy just says, you know what, I'm good. The punch knocks them out of his Downpour. Oh no. Big Pulse Bomb, big combo there at a very tight and close space. And good God, another Gong of Death goes through. They completely baited that. And Kajan got caught with the pants down. Now it's all a matter of, can you stop the meterage before it gets too good? The backline's in serious trouble, and Serious Guy just says, screw your front line. I'm going for you in the back. But EFX is there and is trying to get the kills, and they do that. And they're now looking at an overclock coming in from Svenko. Svenko, what are you going to be able to find with this? They did find the contest there before we get through and getting the lead. But now, even without a tank, the members of Warfist just absolutely light it up, and they're going to take the lead here with just under 4 minutes to go in the round. They were less than half a meter from getting forward spawns there when they lost that fight, when they had all the momentum. And now they've got to build this. Rally out. Sound barrier to answer it. Niall's in a world hurt. Svenko's almost gone. They're done. Rally still keeping everybody up. And now you're going to invest the orbital ray onto the point. Kajan looking for a Downpour. Once again gets knocked out of it. Big Downpour, though. It does pick up 2. And that'll be Serious Guy taken down on the back of 2 ultimates. They've got to find something here. We're starting to get into crunch time, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlefolks, this could be one of the last real meaningful fights. Pulse Bomb out, doesn't find any joy. Sound barrier? Oh my God. The sound barrier, the Attack Visor, the Kitsune rush, everything but the kitchen sink, and Lamont still dies. Now you gotta see if you can take care of the Doomfish here. And EFX is gone. They're going to get the reset. Good Jagged Wall there. And Svenko's back on the Sombra. So now they're looking to win. they're looking to use the dark arts. Take care of any kind of a offense here with just over 2 minutes left in the round. Warfist looking to take another 3-0 victory after going 3-2 in week number 3. I think that triple ultimate fight, they probably wanted one back. Now you gotta look and see if you can find Niall in the background. Everybody's so very low. You lose your soldier, but you lose everybody else. Oh my god. Serious guy is on another level. Has the cooldowns just absolutely locked in and locked down. Just used their meteor strike. And is already back with almost another one. Gotta be careful. The pulse bomb finds the stick. Nyan, oh my god, has been doing the Lord's work here and just gets absolutely bodied by that pulse bomb. Ludwig found it when they needed it the most. They kind of whiffed on the pass too. And now we're looking at basically the last meaningful fight. And they're going to have almost 4 ultimates as they enter into this last phase. 9 has just been hunted down. The Summer and the Doomfist is just too much. And Ludwig, to add into that, is a trident of hate. It's a trident of fear. It's a trident of punishment. Oh my god, the downpour comes through, but what a fantastic sound barrier. And that's going to do it, unless they can find some kind of perfect win here. And that's not going to do it like that. Team kills comes through. 8 seconds left on the clock. They're going to try and get a last second touch. The sound barrier comes out for pop lots. They might get a touch. They might not. They do. They do have an attack visor coming out. But nobody's on the point! Oh my lord! C9, you're absolutely right, Ludwig. Oh boy. Svenko has been doing it all day long, and that was a 5-person EMP. And they got it all done. It was juicy. It was everything that you wanted it to be. And they got it done and then some. Everybody cleared out of the lobby after that one. C9s tend to hurt like that. My word. Hi, Mia. I'm doing well. Hope you are having a fantastic night. But man, what a serious comeback for week number 3 for Warfist. They get the job done in 3-0 fashion. It was very entertaining, though. I will say that. Pumas definitely leveling up week over week. I'm excited to see what the rest of the season holds for the Chileanos. Because they're really putting the work in. Not sure where Crow was at this week, though. That's a big question for me, is where is Crow? Because Crow was the big star for Chile. And they're a big star for Pumas. And just did not have that same boom factor. Kajan, though, in the substitutes role, really did put some really noteworthy fights in there. Was giving a lot of grief to Serious Guy. And I thought they were going to be able to actually really match up their Coliseo. Was a back and forth affair. There was a couple of fights there where, one little pick here, and we're talking about going, maybe 3-1 here. Because they had a head of steam, but Svenko came back on that Sombra and changed absolutely everything. But folks, that's going to do it for me this week. We've got more actually coming up throughout the week. Make sure that you are following Grupo Seju's Twitter. And of course, you're following here on my channel and of course on William's channel, where all these wonderful matches for South and Central America are coming through. But for tonight, it's good night. Once again, Warfist, the 3-0 winners over Pumas. Everybody have a good night. Be safe. If you're going to protest here in North America, make sure you do it safely. I hope everybody has a wonderful night. Love you guys. Be well. Of that staying true, but we'll see if you're going to damage with Svenko coming out, but Niall will be the major source of healing. Look at you. That's a better look. Susan Nyan to get off onto him. There it is. Killed right away. Well, they're answered back by 2 of the other guy. Serious guy. That's 3. Care of the threat. Serious guy forcing Lamont out of their recall. Well, they just decided that's the better part. They're still gone. Serious guy should be gone here in just a second. That'll do it right there. The flip will come through. Pulse Bomb coming up for Ludwig here. Not too far behind. Well, Pop Lots has once again just said, go back to spawn. That means sound barrier. Value of the sound barrier. Pulse Bomb's ready to go. Can you find anything on the back of it? You cannot, because Logan just says you're gone. And this should just about be it. That'll do it right there. So, once again, we've ran into this problem before, week after week, where we've seen Warfist come. And what we just saw is required here to take down Serious Guy, because Serious Guy is just an absolute menace on the Doomfist. And they get manually hacked out. They might be in a world of hurt. The big problem for these teams is that they're trying to get value on the back, but that's 2 down. Niall's gone. Kajan's taking out both the supports. This is actually a good, well, Lamont. And you get 25%. But you feed over about another 10% of ult charge to Serious Guy. Deadeye coming up from Nyan gets absolutely bamboozled out of it, but the grenade is there, and they find it, and the pulse bomb from Ludwig once again. Svenko's not scared of anything, but Nyan is also not scared. And they get it done. They flip it to 43%, and now they've got 4 ultimates. Be there for your teammate, buddy. Good leap away from Kajan, and now they're going to pop the primal. They're going for something serious here. Link out was too good, but the Deadeye on the back of it, no joy there. Gets punched out of their Deadeye once again. Looks like they're going to take the 9. The orbital ray comes out. That'll pretty much seal this, especially with Poplots going dead. Kajan swapping over to the ball. A good time for you at all. As the wick burns out. 191. That's a 2-0 win here. Applause to this team. Good mechanics there. Absolutely stellar. Good tracking as well. Entertainment.
5, 4, 3.
There are some words I still don't know, but I speak pretty good Spanish, I think. But we'll see. Something Lokchu is absolutely rocking on this Diva and Brig composition, and they just weren't ready for that. Good Jagged Wall trying to prevent the team from getting any healing into that Diva. But man, Svenko is an absolute murder assassin. He's getting it done. Svenko also, they step off the point. Oh no. And you invested for anything to get done here. Kajan is under so much duress right now. I haven't heard the fire yet. Just using it to reload. Looking to get Dalka out of mech. Pumas. Bueno, ganar de Chile. There, they're trying to keep the poor Sarissa up. They do it, and now they're turning on the back. They wait out the rally, and they go ahead and invest. 93% and counting here. They're looking for any stragglers to try and come through. They tie it up here in Suravasa. They'll be looking to not to put the self-destruct up. They'll save it for the next fight. So that'll be the flip at about 93%. All but done fight. They do get it to 99%, but that'll be Palace taken by. They can be kind of thrifty here and get around the Dalka Diva. They might be able to find a pulse bomb in the back. They do find it. They find Svenko. Eventually, I say that. Kajan just says, you know what? You don't get to play anymore. Overwatch as well. Great Javelin Spear, though, from them. And we're going to see EFX bust out another Kitsune Rush. EFX is absolutely putting on a clinic here with the is perfect. Lamont's not going to be able to lift it up, but neither is Svenko. Kitsune Rush over the point. Trying to give us an out. Oh, the eat from Kajan is huge. Deadeye out. Kajan is gone. Close this map out. But this was game. This was very game from Pumas. As once again, they're showing on this Freya. What a good catch there in the back. And then the follow-up behind it. What a good catch there at the back. And then the follow-up behind it. What do we bring up against this Doomfist composition that you know is kind of dial, but with Lo Chugan, this might be the beginning of the end here for this fight. Good punch, though, from Serious Guy. Not far behind. EFX is probably going to have to let out with this Kitsune Rush. 9 can actually get a lot of work done. Tracer, and there's, well, it's not really flipped yet. The cleanup at Al 3, though, is completely done, and that should be the team kill. There's the gong. You love to see it. And Serious Guy just says, you know what, I'm good. The punch knocks him out of his downpour. Oh, no. Big pulse bridge before it gets too good. The backline's in serious trouble, and Serious Guy just says, screw your front line. I'm going for you in the back. But EFX just absolutely light it up, and they're going to take the lead here with just under 4 minutes to go in the round. Rally out. Sound barrier to answer it. Niall's in a world hurt. Svenko's almost gone. They're done. Let's pick up 2. And that'll be Serious Guy taken down on the back of 2 ultimates. And EFX is gone. They're going to get the reset. Good jagged wall there. And Svenko's back. Now you got to look and see if you can find Niall in the background. Everybody's so very low. You lose your soul. Gotta be careful. The pulse bomb finds the stick. Nyan, oh my God, has been doing the Lord. It's a trident of hate. It's a trident of fear. It's a trident of punishment. They do have a attack visor coming out, but nobody's on the point. Oh my Lord. Long, and that was a 5-person EMP, and they got it all done. It was juicy. It was